Hello everyone, today I have great pleasure to speak with our new member, Sandra Fernandez-Osores. She's based in Peru, in Amazon rainforest. Hi Sandra, it's a great pleasure to have you in our community.
Thank you, Ed. I'm so happy to be here and connect with you and everybody in the community and share our love and support and I'm excited.
So Sandra, I'm very curious about your background and about your story. So please.
Well, the background is a true picture of the area where I'm located. I'm right now actually in the city where there's signal, but that picture over there and oh my God, this thing kind of drives me crazy. Those roofs, the green roofs, that's the eco lodge or eco resort I have in the middle of the rainforest, 1 hour downriver from the city of Puerto Maldonado in the region of Madre de Dios in Peru. We are in the southeast Amazon rainforest for the country. And I was born in Lima, the capital of Peru, in the ocean side. And since I was very little, my dad, he's a Navy man, but he always told me that in his heart, his other passion was to become a biologist because he was very into nature, photography. I grew up with this National Geographic magazines at home. He was a collector. So I would read them before even reading it, just pictures, watching them. And I always felt this amazing connection with nature, with wildlife, with animals, plants, and even humans from all around the world. And I always felt really a deep connection. I can't explain because I do consider me to be a very sensitive little girl. I'm not going to go into the difficult events of my growing up and discovering who I am. But one thing I knew for sure since very little is that I loved life. I loved nature, and I wanted to know more about what is it, why we're here, why everything is. So that's how I became a biologist. I decided to study biology and specialized or my minor was ecology. Ecology is the study of life beings interconnected to each other and to their environment. So for me, after studying that for 5 years, I said, okay, what do I want to do with my life? There were a lot of people going into environmental sciences and working with big corporations. And I said, no, I don't want to do that. I don't want to work for a big company corporation. I want to be hands-on, supporting and helping wildlife or animals and people. That's how I decided, okay, mom and dad, I'm moving to the Amazon. I got this job at this rescue center in Madre de Dios 12 years ago. I didn't think it twice, and I moved there. I was barely making basic wage. I didn't care. It was, for me, my passion, following what I really felt was my mission. I fell in love with this place. I met my dad's son, my son's dad, sorry, and he already had this amazing work in this area that you see on the back. Is the Tarikaya Ecological Reserve. It's a private reserve that's been protected for the past 21 years, developed in different conservation projects. I got myself into the work supporting the projects that includes wildlife rescue. We have wildlife and we'll have animals that come from the wild, and humans hunt them, hurt them, wipe out their home, literally. And we rescue the ones that survive, that are malnourished or hurt. We recover their abilities and return them back into the wild. Other projects as well involve reforestation and working with native and colonial communities to help them find sustainable ways to use the rainforest. And it was 11 years ago, a year after I got involved into these amazing human beings, for me, are heroes of our planet, working hands-on to save this part of Earth, that I got together with a group of friends, including my husband at the time, ex-husband now, and we bought some land next to the reserve that was being protected and started Amazon Planet Lodge. That's what I founded with my partners. It's my company. It's Amazon Planet Peru. We are a center for people to come from everywhere around the world. We've received people to come and reconnect with nature, experience the wild, adventure, immerse in the jungle, reconnect with the spirit of the forest, and live a unique experience being our allies in conservation, because everyone that visits us supports our projects through their stay. So yeah, I've been working in that for almost 11 years. I don't think we can count COVID as a true year for us, especially tourism travel. Has been non-zero. It's been a hard year for us, and it was in February 2021. We had a flood hitting us in the region. All the forest that you see in the back, all the river literally came into the forest about 2 meters above the ground of the forest. All our cabins, our facilities were underwater. Inside our cabins, we have water until our waist. So there was a lot of damage, and we had to recover ourselves. And that's when I said, okay, it's time for me to really start using what I've been doing for the past year. Because during COVID, uh, as everybody in the world, we couldn't go out. So the way to connect as human beings was through this amazing technology. Because technology can be used for bad, but it can be really used for good. And if we learn as humans to use it for the right purposes, we can actually shift how we live in this planet as a caring species in just a decade. So really the positive thing about technology in these times of COVID was the chance of getting to connect. I mean, so we're talking right now, and it's like we're in the same room. The energy, what surprised me the most, not surprised me because I knew about this, we are energy. We're atoms, electrons going around a nucleus of nothingness. There's matter is really just energy uh, getting together at a condensed state. But yeah, energy travels, because I do feel it's incredible, and you can feel the love from the people that you connect with through this media. So I've been connected and getting together in communities, business communities, spiritual communities, heart center, nature center communities. And I've developed this different groups of people that I trust, that I care for, that also know me, know my passion, my mission, and my mission, that it's for me a bigger mission. It goes beyond myself. People do tend to, when they have a mission of helping other people, we tend to forget about ourselves. But in my case, I do care for me. I love myself, but it's bigger. It's not just me. It's my kid, my family, your family, everybody's family, every human being alive, connected with every other life form on earth. We have to start realizing we are one. And this has been my journey for the past 1.5 years, connecting with people to awaken ourselves as humans, that it's not just about us and our economy. Our economy needs to be connected with other humans and the environment and the ecosystem, actually. Because I do have to say, when we talk about the environment as an ecologist, I get a little because environment means the abiotic, the not living part. And we humans are not part of an abiotic environment. We're part of an ecosystem that includes other species. The bees, the ants, and then if you go to places like mine, the jaguars and the monkeys, and or if you go to Africa, you have the lions and the elephants, and if you go to somewhere in Asia, you have the orangutans, and well, we can go to every different ecosystem on the planet, but it's another subject now. But yeah, and with this thing happening to us, specifically myself, the group of people I work with, there's a lot of families that depend on us as well, and we support many other peoples around the area. For me, it's become more urgent than ever, not only to save my mission specifically, but supporting this ecosystem to make sure we can keep saving and protecting it through the work that we do here. And it's, for me, reaching out to people to meet me, learn more about what I'm doing, and come visit. I'm now COVID is coming a little kind of dissipating a little bit with the vaccines. We're feeling safer. Every country is taking better measures. There's less possibility of getting the disease. So I do encourage everybody to take the journey of including in their life mission to travel to nature places where they can support on hands with their visit the planet, the planet's health. In my case, I offer my experience, my place. We not only have luxury and amazing accommodations, you are in the Amazon rainforest supporting its conservation. And it's really a revitalizing experience where you get to not only cleanse yourself from technology because we are off the grid. So for people that are needed to have in their cell phones, this is a must kind of get off the drug of technology and of digital networking and go deep to connect with yourself, with the people you're in. Heal physically, heal emotionally, heal mentally, and heal spiritually, and reconnect with the powers of the Amazon. Ancestral communities, ancestral tribes have done this for millennia or century of years. Know that we have medicinal plants that really help healing in many ways, and this ecosystem is just amazing. And yeah, well, right now I'm even working with a friend from abroad. She's gonna come soon to visit me, and we are planning this amazing collaboration to develop this Amazon retreat for anyone from individuals that want to go into this retreat experience into Peru, going into the sacred valley of the Incas, into Machu Picchu, experiencing the power of the mountains that are sacred for this part of the world. We call them apus. And then down into the Amazon rainforest to connect with the spirits of the forest, with the protectors of nature at its core, with detoxification, diets, meals, yoga every morning, meditation, workshops, and meets for coaches that are working on wellness and health. It is an amazing opportunity as well to bring their clients. For corporations that want to kind of reconnect their workers or their board of members, they want to have a true unique experience, to reconnect as individuals, to empower themselves to go back to work with more power and enthusiasm, and with a bigger picture of how you can be a team member. That's also an amazing opportunity. And yeah, I encourage people to look out for my contacts, and I have many other options. For me, I just to finish, I want to just send the message that we all have our own mission. We all have our own passion, and that's something that we can do it with love, with perseverance, with support and collaboration. There's nothing that's gonna stop us if we believe in ourselves. The only thing I ask from every human that is listening to me right now is that we also have to include other people in nature in it. Sometimes we forget about that we are part of a bigger world, that every single action has a deep impact, in places that we have no idea. A lot of people say, oh, well, the Amazon rainforest is far away.
For the people who are not familiar with Amazon, they just learn maybe in the school, and then they from time to time hear on some media in a positive or negative context. But what will be the maybe biggest 3 challenges you think Amazon forest is facing right now, and where is the opportunity to overcome those challenges, and what actions should be done in order to do so?
Yeah, well, the among the main threats to the Amazon rainforest, it's a combination of local activities, of that means people living in the Amazon rainforest depending directly on the resources that the forest provide, and having no alternative for it. So in that specific part, supporting or developing alternatives like myself and many others that I'm connected to as well, that develop a responsible, sustainable, non-destructive alternative to use the forest, which is ecotourism, conservation, reforestation, wildlife rescue. Supporting this type of projects means that we can give local people a livelihood, because people need to find jobs. And in our case, for example, a person either goes to the gold mining activity that destroys the rainforest, or comes to work for us on an eco lodge or on a conservation project. So the more people that from abroad either donate or come and visit, or become associates and invest in conservation, in sustainable projects in areas like this, not only the Amazon rainforest, but other tropical forests as well. So it will help the local community's livelihood to go into a protection and restoration alternatives instead of the destruction. Then we have the big one. No, we do we really do we're used to just buying, especially now in this globalized consumer like and very materialistic societies we have turned to. It's all about buying, buying, consuming, consuming, wasting, wasting. So, and we don't realize that the amount uh, of things that we use have an impact. No, the food that we eat, some soy, and many other big, even cacao, coffee, and many other plantations come from areas of the Amazon rainforest to the world.
Yeah.
Now, do we know if they're coming from sustainable sources or are they wiping out the forest to create monocultures? Now, these are some questions that we need to ask when it comes to our consumption. You know, it indirectly to the rainforest, the cycle of Earth when we are producing too much CO2 that it's causing damaging effects to the climate on Earth. That is causing right now the regression of the rainforest as an ecosystem into a dry out. It will eventually become a desertic area in the next 100 to 200 to 300 years. Okay, I'm not going to be here. Great. No, your son, your grandson, and the next generations of humans are going to be here. So it is, for me, important to really see that not because you're not living in a natural area, being in a city, uh, for us humans, for many of us, has made us become kind of like living in a bubble. No, where the city, that's it. That's being a human. But no, in order to be a human on planet Earth, the 7.8 billion humans that we are, we need nature, air, water, food, infrastructure, medicine. We get all of that from the natural capital that it comes from nature. And nature is not charging us one dime for us to pay for air that we breathe. It's not charging us one dime for the water that people collect to then charge other humans for water. No, it's not charging us for the trees we get out. We get out of nature. People are charging and putting costs, but they're not giving back the trees to nature. So it's the cycle that maybe not us as individuals directly are affecting, but we have to realize we're part of a species that now has become an ecological force that is shifting how Earth is moving. And the first species that is being affected is our own. We wonder how COVID started. Take out the whole um, conspiracy theories of being a human made virus. If it has been modified in some way to make it more contagious or whatever, I'm not going to go into that possibility. I'm just going to say that the zoonotic fact that it started from animals and into humans, then whatever humans did afterwards, let's leave it as a question. But it definitely jumped to start with from an animal, not human animal, to a human animal. And zoonotic diseases are able to happen when there's a disruption of the ecological balance of nature. And this is not a fever that happened just in Spain or just in Europe or just in South America. It is a virus that happened worldwide and hit us all together. And if this is not a warning for us to wake up and realize we need to start playing bigger roles to be stewards for nature on our planet, no matter what business you are. No, I also can support you. Anyone wanting to know how they can play a bigger role and add nature to their business, I can help you. No, there's a lot of people that can help you as well, and I can connect you with them because it's about just one by one individuals starting to make a change, and it will only take 10 years. And we have seen it. I bet that you've seen it where you are, and everybody listening to us from all around the world. Haven't you heard or seen in the news or seen yourself how animals have returned to areas where we're no longer? No, that you see again fish, you see again mammals, you see deers, you see again. I think there was a reporting of dolphins in Venice. No,
Yeah.
so I mean, we're talking about the fact, and then the reduction of CO2 levels as well. We're talking about the fact that it is possible for us to get together as one species and reduce our negative effects on planet Earth as a whole. And that would not only mean a better livelihood and a better well-being and present and future for many people, but for ourselves. Oh, I come, and you may relate with that, and many of the people watching us may relate. I come, what I consider myself, from a place of privilege. I was born in a family that gave me all my needs covered. I had food, I have a house, I had clothes, I had more than a lot of people. And for me, I don't know how many will relate, but in my case, I'm a very minimalist and humble person. I don't need, in my case, I'm really happy just having the basics. But I know there's a lot of people that do want to have more. But we always have to think that we're not the only ones. There's a lot of people that also have the right to enjoy things. And if we find a balance in between how we find our happiness, not based only on materialistic things, but also on living a life filled with love, connecting with other people, and giving some little part of what we are lucky to have and to earn, to just reduce the horrific difference of seeing children, women. I'm going to here talk with my heart. For me, there was a time in my life it was hard for me to wake up because I was so depressed. I now do not watch the news, but I was so depressed to see the amount of human beings being abused by other human beings, the amount of children that are dying of hunger in other parts, in many parts of the world, in my own country, and seeing, I mean, I'm not even talking about the animals and how we treat other animals. I'm just talking right now about our one species, how we treat each other. So there's so much healing that needs to happen for our species. So much healing that has to come from within. And a way for me to do that is to reconnect ourselves with our spirit and the power of creation, no matter what religion and what power you believe in. We all come from the same one. It can have many names, different names.
So where is the problem? Why we have this kind of paradox that most of the people actually want to live the life which is in balance with the nature, which is in a part of the ecosystem, and at the same time we have these disruptions you just mentioned. And is there any way that ecology can work with economy on the way now everybody are talking about this sustainable economy or whatever that means? Is there any way how those two can be brother and sister, economy and ecology?
Okay, well, I'll start with that last one, and then we go because it's all connected. The sad thing that happens to our species is that we live in denial/fallacy reality. We because we were a very little amount of human beings on Earth, and there is a lot of resources, and nature is very resilient. We've been able to deny and falsely act as if our economy was separate from the ecology. And so far we've been able to manage it without having really devastating consequences as a whole, except for this year COVID. But if you go and watch the news or connect with people from different parts of the world, the ones that were hit by a hurricane, the ones that were hit by a flood, the ones that were hit by droughts and fire. So nature is telling us, stop acting as if your economy is separate from the ecology. So actually, natural capital, if it's not included in our economic, it's just one more capital: financial capital, social, human capital, and natural capital. There are three types of capitals that are triad, because you can't have money if you don't have people, and you can't have money and people doing something if you don't have nature providing? Because I mean, for me, this is the gap problem with humanity. We don't, we have kind of subconsciously or subconsciously, we have decided to shut ourselves down, and don't accept that not including nature is harming ourselves. So we can keep running this materialistic, consumptionist, use, and don't give back way of acting. Now, there's the prevention is definitely a lot more inexpensive than the recovery of something. So if you prevent and include a percentage, this is something that many ecological, environmental, and even social groups are talking about. There is this ecocide and ethnocide law. There is this tax for your pollution. All of that now is like, oh, we should it should be a must. It should be a global demand that every single human pays a tax to nature. The problem with that is that if we keep going as a society based on a model of domination, I win over you. No, I want to make more money. And let's be honest, there is what, 1%, 5%, let's say 10% of humanity has the 90% of the wealth in the planet.
Yep.
And 90%, no?
Oh,
so
yeah. 10%.
And come on, I mean, or really, there's some things that we're not talking about, no? And I'm all forward of giving ourselves luxury and having the most comfortable experience in every way of being. But if we do this without taking in consideration the effects that we are having on our planet as individuals, 1 by 7 billion, it's too many people, and not the 7 million are doing this. If everybody lived, I don't know if you heard about this phrase, but if everybody lived as the US, no, we would need 4 Earths to be able to support the entire human race. No, and the inequality, it's really unbelievable, and we just become blind because there is this. A lot of people are talking about it, and some have even biologically explained it. Jeremy Griffiths, I recommend you reading Freedom, his book. No, and then there's this transformational booklet that he has come that is like a small. He brought together the ideas of freedom, and he talks about the human condition, and the human condition is us becoming separate from our nature-loving being of cooperation, collaboration, partnership, and love. And we have this feeling that we became conscious as a species. No, we are one of a kind. That's true. Because as compared to other animals, especially the ones that are closer to us, we were able to become conscious of our reality and realize that we are living in the now, and that the things that we do have an impact. And if we do it this way, something may happen. And if I follow, I have my natural instincts that tell me this. But what if I go that way? And that's where our what religions have kind of taken into wordings and trying to help us, develop a moral baseline, which is, oh, if you don't do different from this, you're bad, or you're good. And this concept of being bad and good has become our own inner battle, that we've become into this position of denial and just believe that we are being good because we're looking for our own interests, and we're not really seeing that we are actually affecting every single other human on earth and other species as a whole. So when you say the part of people saying, yeah, I want to help the environment. So I guess the follow-up question would be, great, how are you doing it? I'm not. Great. Well, how would you want to do it? Yes. Okay. Follow this, and go for it. So, because I believe that we have this yearning to really make a difference, but we're stuck in a system that tells you if you move towards a more caring society, oh no, you're not fierce enough. No, you're not really in it to win it. This is what people have told us. So if you are caring and loving and you let go or you give money, oh, you're a philanthropist. No, I mean, I definitely think there's a struggle in humans. No, we're all good, amazing human beings. We come from light. We come from love. What we need to do is recover ourselves from this condition and realize it's okay. No, if you wanna do this, that it's different. But remember that you're a being of love, and a being of love means that you are part of something bigger. No, and there's always room to share. There's always room to help. There's always room to be a more caring and loving being. There was this study of it was 1,000 people that they went through this neurobiological study. They put this things on their brains to see their frequencies, and 90% of the people, their brains, oh, everybody actually, their brains lighted up more when they were shown images of caring and love and sharing than images of winning. So, but right now our world is made out of I have to win, I have to be first, I have to have everything for me. Oh, so but that's not who we really are, and that's what I believe we can develop a more a new way of seeing ourselves, at accepting our egos, accepting our faults, accepting our fears, embracing them, and then coming forward to this new person we feel we can be, which is more loving, more caring, more supportive. And for many, it's just about finding the right cause, the right people, and trusting. This is why I'm here. I was so loved when you contacted me and to become part of the community, because for me it's about connecting one-on-one with individuals. There is this book called Sapiens, and I love the symbolism that, well, not symbol, explanation that he does about our companies and businesses. The natural world is real. Our loving, caring individual self, connected as a group, is real. We've created these imaginary worlds in which we've created the companies. Companies, for some reason, take out the individual, take out the spirit and the self, because this legal entity becomes the one that is true. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But there's actually people behind it. But in many corporations, especially the big ones, you don't see the person behind the name of the brand, or the people that you see are not the real, true souls, or the one that's really having the decisions. And this is why, for me, entrepreneurship is key for us as humans to really shift our ways. If we start bringing up our own dreams, because I know that everyone listening here, their dream as entrepreneurs, women and men, is to make something, create a service or a product that not only gives them livelihood, not to be well for them and their families, but also make a difference for someone else. So if we start connecting,
positive impact, yeah, absolutely,
and have an impact, right? So if we just start connecting all these impactful missions, into one common society that truly is looking to grow together, I do believe we can make a difference one by one, connecting.
For all of people who are watching this interview and who want to connect with you one by one, or who want to learn more about what you do, what is the best way to contact you?
The one landing page that I have everything that I'm working on, connected with other people. You can reach me there. We can schedule a call and find the best way for you to include nature in your business. You don't have to be dedicated to anything connected to natural elements, the Amazon. But there are many ways where you can compensate your ecological footprint to start with. Easy ways and ways that you can even make money by doing this.
Sure. Sandra, yeah. Thank you so much for sharing your wisdom, for sharing experience of living in the center of the Amazon rainforest. I'm really impressed with all your knowledge, with your expertise, and what do you do. So I encourage all people who like this video, please be free to reach out to Sandra. And also, if you like this content, please share this video with the people who you think might have be interesting to watch it, because I think it's important. Sandra, thank you. It's a great pleasure to have you in our community, and let us know whatever we can do to support you and to support your mission, because it's your mission. I think should be like the more and more people mission if we really want to secure the future for our families. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ed. And yes, please connect with me and check my landing page and what resonates better and more with you. I'm happy to support you and connect and find ways how we can help other humans and help the planet together.